What is up, guys? Lifestyle investing, where we invest based off our lifestyle to build a future lifestyle. Myself, Mike's building in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, me and you.
Quickly, what are we talking about tonight?
Commodities trading. Commodity trading.
Commodities investing and trading.
Yeah. Commodity.
Commodity. Come on. Yeah.
Come on and
Come
tea
on
off with
into
us.
this tea. Let's drink some tea. I'm actually not drinking tea. I'm just
Kyle!
Kyle, what's up, man? Glad you're still watching after 35 seconds.
Yeah. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah. So let's kind of get to it, man.
Okay.
Let's just let's define what commodities are for those that just we're gonna keep it pretty basic.
I watched an intro video on YouTube.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this definition and then I want to get
Okay.
your thoughts.
Okay.
Well, once you get one, since you told me you watched it twice.
1.5. Yeah, I was watching it while I came over this.
Were you doing your hair? Just
Kind
like
of. I mean, I don't know. I'm just also checking myself out a little bit.
Quick definition. A commodity market is a market that trades in primary economic sector rather than manufactured products. So soft commodities are agricultural products such as wheat, coffee, cacao, fruit, and sugar. Hard commodities are mines such as gold and oil. Future contracts are the oldest ways of investing in commodities. So commodities, again, agricultural products such as wheat, coffee, cacao, fruit, sugar, also gold and oil.
Okay.
That's what commodities is.
Yeah. And cocoa. Like chocolate.
Is it cocoa or is it cacao?
It is chocolate. Chocolate is a commodity.
Well, how do you pronounce it? Is it cacao or cocoa?
I don't know. I think there is a cacao, and I think there's a cocoa. I think chocolate is what you need to know. Chocolate is a commodity. Because on the video I was listening to, it was back from 2011.
Dude, you sounded so sure.
What?
That there's a cacao and a cocoa.
There is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Cool.
know what the difference is. Kyle, let us know. Comment below.
Yeah.
Send us an email, asklifestyleinvesting@gmail.com.
I love how all our questions we direct to Kyle.
I know.
Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, because I
Sorry.
don't think my parents watch this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they listen. My dad listens to my comedy one, but yeah. So back in 2011,
Cool.
40% of the chocolate came from this certain area, and so this video just basically barely touched on the political problems in this area were causing an increase in the price of cocoa, and it had gone up like over 10% in a short period of time
Mhm.
because there was political unrest in where 40% of the chocolate comes from.
Because it hurt the supply. Like
Yes,
the overall
exactly.
Supply,
Yeah.
40% was happening.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I learned a ton. I mean, not a ton, but I learned 12 minutes of valuable information on commodities. Yeah, and we're gonna try to stretch that 12 into 30 for y'all.
35 or
35 or 38.
36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could talk about a lot more. I just don't want to dump my whole load right now. So let's just
Yeah.
we'll take it slow.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I read this pretty recently. So, because it's really interesting. I think the biggest thing why I think now is like a cool time to talk about commodities is because of the whole trade warfare or trade fair that's going on right now, right? With us and China.
Yeah.
Right?
Trade war.
Trade war. Yeah.
Or like a trade pre-war.
Yeah.
It's like a forewarning.
Something like that.
Yeah. There's not a full-on war yet
It's kind of like the Cold War,
because
but it's a
It's
trade war.
they put a tax on ice cream.
Yeah.
Talk about a cold war.
So the U.S. wanted to put the tax on steel and aluminum,
Okay.
which is creating all this conflict. And we
Which is a hard commodity.
Yep.
Boom.
Bam, fire right there.
Yeah.
We got the whole definition
Yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
intertwined
Yeah.
right there. We
Yeah.
actually talked a little bit about it last week.
Yes,
with
we did.
Rob as well.
Yeah, about
and
the
how
trade
the
war.
effects.
Yeah.
And then now China wants to put some taxes on as well. And then
Yeah.
and then now the U.S. is talking about putting even more tariffs on and whatnot.
Yep,
So
we're going to do this. Yeah.
exactly. So it's changing the
Tit
whole
for
commodity.
tax.
So check this out though, okay? So look,
Okay.
the average so the average price paid to recyclers for a ton of mixed paper. So I'm just talking about the commodity paper right
Okay.
now.
How much is a ton? Couple of grand? 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
2,000
So-
pounds of paper.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's just bring it back to March of 2016. So the average price paid to recyclers for a ton of mixed paper in the Northwest. Okay. No, actually, in all of North America. Sorry. In all of North America, this is
Canada and Mexico.
it just says North America,
Okay.
so I'd assume so.
Yeah.
So it's $97.50.
All right.
It's
$97 for a ton.
Yeah, $97 for a ton.
If I was a recycling company and I collected 2,000 pounds of paper, I'd get almost $100.
Yeah.
From that.
Yeah.
From the blue bins, basically. Okay.
Essentially.
All right, I'm with you.
Today, it's $5
$5 for the whole 2,000
for the
pounds.
ton.
Ooh.
So, 2 years, it's gone from $97 to $5. That's
Why?
insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. And I think the biggest reasons why. So it looks like in July of 2017, China announced a new ban on imported recycling, which included mixed paper. So China was one of the biggest consumers of paper.
Okay.
You know, so people that were investing in paper, whether it was on the exchange market or as a manufacturer or whatever case that was,
Yeah.
the second China announced that they were going to ban imported recycling because they were just getting so much in,
Yeah.
and they controlled like half of the world market anyways, they just plummet.
Yeah. That makes sense, but that's not even that big of a jump compared to how far it has jumped, because at that point it only went to 75, basically. Right?
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went to about 70. But then it just kept
Oh
tumbling
wait, no,
and tumbling.
because then there was okay, yeah. So let's
You
show
see
it
that?
real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's show this.
So you can pause it and
Check this
see. Yeah, pause that. Take a look, so you know what the heck we're talking about.
Yep. Get that right there.
Okay, so as you remember, after just coming back from the pause, welcome back. It looks like the ban took effect in January of 2018, and that's when it had another huge drop. And then it said China announces
July 18th
okay,
of 2017.
July 18th, 2017. They announce it. There's a big drop, but then when it actually takes effect on January 1st of 2018, then we had the final jump. So yeah, even after they announced the ban, all it did was just really plummet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it looks like it had been going up prior to that. So if you look at the left, there was probably a cycle that was going to start happening, like in September, of it going up. And instead of that, it started to go down. And then once the ban actually took effect, it went all the way down to $5.
So that's just insane.
Yeah.
You know, because
and this is giving the example.
Yeah.
Right. Like we're pointing this out to say, here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Because look what happens when China says no more.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something goes from $100 to $5.
Well, that's the case with any type of commodity.
Right. So that's the thing, right?
So
this is just a small example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you look at too. I have another one that I wanted to talk about on cacao. Is it cocoa or cacao?
I think it's cocoa, man.
Do you think it's cocoa?
I think cacao would be COCAO.
No, might be.
What's the difference between cocoa and cacao?
Yeah, slow it down, man.
Let me think about that. Okay, I found this on the web for what's the difference between cocoa and cacao.
That's not what I asked. Read it to me.
You're right. It's two different words.
There's nothing to read.
Okay,
my
two
daughter.
different
Yeah,
words.
my daughter gets upset when I talk to Siri this way. She thinks I need to be nice.
You're a little too demanding.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
I need
what
to
I'm
say
saying?
please and thank you. Okay, so we're gonna check it out. But what I actually am believing at this moment is that both of them are commodities that can be traded.
Yeah. I think so.
Let's
I think
see.
so as well.
Cocoa and cacao, are they the same thing? But before the answer, what exactly is cacao? Raw cacao is actually... most people are familiar with cocoa already, but what is cacao? We hear the word more and more with each passing season. Why is the word so similar to cocoa? Seems to be the same product. Is there a difference? Even for a bilingual Mexican-American chocolatier, the story of how we both these words is not easy to tell. Word cacao comes from the Olmec people, which is now Mexico. The closest pronunciation to the original name of the plant. History shows that chocolate then changed hands from Olmec to the Mayans and the Spanish. The word cacao is the only word ever used in the Hispanic language to describe what English speakers think of as cocoa. It's actually widely believed that the word cocoa has its origins in the spelling mistake a mistake which was never corrected and perhaps found easier to pronounce.
Dude, I think we're more lost
Yeah.
after reading this.
Yeah, so cacao is actually the original word, and cocoa is the Johnny come lately, is what it says.
Boom, baby.
The great cacao comeback.
Arthritis pain?
And these are just ads.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so recently manufacturers of raw vegan food products have usurped the more authentic spelling of the word in an attempt to distinguish their products from products using roasted cacao beans, i.e. raw cacao powder versus cocoa powder. So it's basically a way to distinguish between organic and raw in today's marketing language. The cacao, if you see the A before the O at the end, it is raw, organic, same thing, just probably, cleaner, safer, better way that they sourced the material. I feel a little stupid for having looked that up. That's what we're all about here.
I guarantee everyone watching that had the same kind of...
Yeah, and at this point, it's still in the level of Mikeism. So don't take it 100%. Don't take it to the doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's probably like 45% true.
Yeah. 45% cacao in my coffee.
Yeah. So what are we going to call this word?
Cocoa.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to stick with cocoa for this segment.
If the A was before the O, it'd be cacao.
Got it.
Yeah.
So cocoa. So, so one thing I want to bring about. So cocoa is obviously a commodity as well.
Yep.
Right. If you look at it, so they have increased by 31% this year, making it.
Good Lord.
Yeah, making it one of the best performing assets right now. Right. So you see something like recycling where it just plummeted from $100 to $5 over a 2-year span. This over a 3-month span has gone up 31%. And so this was talking a lot about how the Ivory Coast, the world's biggest producer.
That's what this was talking about, but this was from 2011. Is history repeating itself right now, or is there just always political unrest there? What's going on? Tell me more.
I don't know, man, but it was just saying that after a year of pressure from record supply out of Ivory Coast, the world's biggest producer.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard earlier.
So they were saying there are signs of tighter supply and rising demand have spooked investors into slashing long-term bets on falling prices. So
they were shorting it.
Yeah, they were shorting it.
They were saying chocolate's going to go down. Those guys are backing off.
Mm-hmm.
That we're shorting it.
Exactly.
And now it's been sitting to its highest level because there's no short pressure on the commodity, meaning the futures market is not showing it's going to go down. It's showing it's going to go up, so the prices are going up. Yeah. It's the perception that cocoa is going to keep going up.
So it's just so insane how volatile it is.
Yeah,
right?
No, exactly. That's why multiple times I touch my phone because this is my source of knowledge. Multiple times the commodities thing that I was watching was talking about how volatile it is. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. But it's cool. I mean, it brings opportunity.
If you know this is the new Bitcoin, and by that I mean I bit a chocolate coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it made out of cacao?
Yeah, it was organic cacao chocolate coin. That I bit.
Was it a concoction of multiple
it was a concoction. It was a coin concoction. That's terrific. Yeah, this is great.
Well, here we go, guys.
We're getting good.
Yeah, we are.
It's our 102nd episode.
Yeah, dude. It's been a journey.
Yeah, it takes a little while to feel as comfortable as we do right now. Yeah. Kyle!
Dude, if you're still on here, Kyle, please drop us a note.
We need you on the show.
We do need you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in school all the time. So it's like, we can only get him during spring break or during summer. So
yeah, spring break. Oh, no, spring break was a couple weeks ago for the college guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right, Kyle, this summer.
So I guess what were a few things that you learned about commodities?
Okay, that...
Besides volatility,
we kind
of learned
I can take a total breakdown of it.
Yeah.
Here's the scary part that I learned.
Yeah.
Is that depending on what kind of commodity, you have to pay for storage. So if it's a commodity like corn, the price of it is building into how much of it is actually going to go bad.
It's true.
Spoilage. Spoilage.
Yeah.
And then
or even to check to make sure that it's good. Right?
Oh, right.
You have to pay for...
I think so. Yeah, it's all built into it. If it's shipped, you have to worry about ships sinking. So that's built into the price. If it's shipped from somewhere. Yeah, because that happens. Yeah.
That's insane.
It is. Yeah, storage, you have to pay for vaults if it's gold, if it's one of the precious metal commodities. Because there's a precious metal that's not something that we would think is precious. I think it's called like palladium, and it's for like catalytic converters. So there's that's technically a precious metal if you're looking at the commodities market. But the other ones are gold, silver, one more. that's precious, and the palladium. And then the non-precious are the iron, aluminum, whatever, that
Copper.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, basically
That is some
storage,
points.
transportation. Yeah, and then another thing that you might not think about with commodities is energy is one. So oil,
It's true.
gas, you know what I mean? So that kind of thing, electricity.
That is true.
And then there's different ways to buy it. In fact, like one thing that was kind of interesting to me is this is the last market where you get the old style stock market of, hey, flapping the papers in their hand and doing that. That's commodities is the only place where that still exists.
Mhm.
Everything else is electronic. And so there's the wholesale way where you're actually going to go to the market and buy a couple tons of corn or something. Or there's the retail market, which you're going to either do in a future, like shorting or whatever, or you can do it with a fund. Like there's a mutual fund, an investment fund that will say, okay, we're going to do all these gold derivatives. So there's a company that might say, we're going to short gold for 3 months, and then we're going to put it for 6 months or whatever. So then you're going to get the derivatives of that. Or there's a fund, which was highly recommended on this video. If you're going to do any kind of fund, do an exchange fund trade, which means that you're actually doing not the derivatives. I mean, you want to actually look at the fact sheet to make sure you're actually going based on the actual commodity. So if you're doing a gold EFT, you want to make sure, or gold ETF, exchange
ETF.
trade fund.
Yeah.
Then you want to make sure it's actually based on holding of gold, which is usually backed by gold, and you can find that out. Or if you're doing one that's on corn, it's going to be backed by the corn.
Yeah.
So you want to, if you're going to put your money in a commodity, it was suggested do it to where it's actually based on the commodity, not on the derivatives, not on the shorting or the putting. Yeah, so you can do that. So you can get a fund that's just based on how is this actual stuff doing today.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's backed by the actual amount. So yeah, that is cool. It taught me, in 12 minutes, well, 18 because I watched it 1.5 times.
You should share it in the comments.
I will. I'll share it. And it's cool. It's
link.
from 2011, and they're talking about the Ivory Coast. But that just must be... Back then, the price was going up because there was unrest in the Ivory Coast. This one just mentions, hey, chocolate comes from the Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Where is the Ivory Coast?
Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. It's off of here. I'm pretty sure it's on the. Actually, I don't want to say.
Okay.
But it is in Africa. Let's see, Ivory Coast, and I know people want to. See.
So I hung out with a friend today who's from Ethiopia.
Got it.
He has come to me with 2 different investment ideas.
Whoa.
One in the past and one today. Yeah.
So what are you trying to say?
I'll talk about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah. Both of them scare me because it's Ethiopia. And I figure that if I'm going to go over there to do some business, there's the Ivory Coast. We can show on the screen.
It's Ivory Coast, guys.
Bada bing, bada boom.
If you're on your computer, though, you could probably just
Google it.
Yeah.
So one of the ideas was like 3 years ago, he came to me and this guy who was a potential investor, and he said, my brother, cousin, somebody over in this certain area is in with the city of this certain city over there in Ethiopia, and they need garbage. They need garbage service, and they have a budget of $500,000 or whatever it was in US dollars, which is close to $500,000 if I based on it. Do you have the means to get trucks over there? They have the land. We just need to figure out where to buy it, how to do the landfill, and get the trucks. And it was a huge investment opportunity. But this was a couple years ago, and somebody needed to have a truck relationship over there, which probably is not too hard to get, be able to procure the land and set it up for landfill. But it was basically through this dude he's a fisherman. That's how I know him. He used to come into the bank, and so we would just sit down and chat every once in a while because he was interested in buying a home. So yeah, he told me, hey, I've got this family member that's involved in the city. They need help. They need an American to come over here and set up garbage because it's becoming a problem. And they have money. They have a budget. They just don't have a way to make it happen. Yeah. So that was one from like 3 years ago. So I don't know if that's still viable. Today he told me about one that he's like, Mike, we have to do this. He's like, if you want to be a millionaire, and that's always a bad sign. If you get an Ethiopian guy telling you how to be a millionaire, run.
Ew.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, investments come to us.
Yeah.
We just got to wade through them and figure out what's really going on.
100%.
But he said, it's really hard for people to transfer money in Ethiopia. He said, if you could help figure out some kind of electronic banking system over there that would help people be able to turn their funds into electronic transfer, you'll make a lot of money. So that was his investment idea for that. I don't know how much he knows or is plugged in. He sends money back there all the time because he's got a wife and 4 kids over there. Yeah. He's got 2 sons and 2 daughters. Yeah.
I mean, I bet it's a great idea. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
like, can the idea be implemented?
Yes, and we don't know enough about it. And here's my real fear. If I was seriously looking into it and I go over there and hang out and try to meet and shake hands with people, I might get kidnapped. I don't know. Is that a legitimate fear? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too scared because I don't know enough about
The
it.
unknown?
Yeah, the
right?
unknown. Yeah. Yeah. Or just somebody says, no, we're not going to do your deal. Or, oops, we just robbed your bank account, or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the fact that ideas are coming is a good thing.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. The garbage one is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about
It's
that.
very feasible.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Just get some trucks, hire some guys,
Uh-huh.
get a
Because the
landfill.
banking thing, you need such an
Yeah,
infrastructure.
right.
And there's got to be like legal stuff,
Yeah.
regulations.
Yeah. Garbage, you just
fraud.
need trucks and guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, did that pertain to commodities?
Is garbage a commodity?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh!
And, no, it pertained to Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it pertained to investing.
100%.
Somebody wanted me to come in and be an investor.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if we can bring him on the show.
Probably. He's got a thick accent, but he's awesome. He's so full of light. In my phone, he's actually saved as his name, in between his first and last name, Amazing Light. Because this guy, when I'm around him, I'm just like, oh my God.
Let's bring him on, dude.
Okay.
And he could even pitch his idea.
Okay. Yeah. Dude. The World Wide Web. You guys can help.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what else?
Yeah. So I got another thing that I wanted to actually talk about. So, so the CME, which is the largest exchange in the world, which is in Chicago for commodities.
Okay.
Right, which kind of like what you were
Yeah.
saying is still like the old
Yes.
school way.
And there's the CBOT too.
CBOT. Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. I
Learned
think
about that
they're
today.
in Chicago as well.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
they are. Yeah. And then there's a New York one and there's a London one.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's a ton of them, but those are some of the big ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the CME must be the metals exchange.
Yeah, but they said that they hold like the majority of them. But so one thing that was interesting. So I was reading this, and you guys can read this too. It's on the Wall Street Journal. But so a new way to trade agricultural futures in bulk is
So
raising
soft commodities.
Yep. Is raising concerns that markets for the crops and livestock that feed the world are becoming less transparent. CME Group, since January this year, has allowed hedge funds, grain companies, and others to privately trade blocks of futures and options for corn, cattle, and other agricultural commodities. CME, the world's largest exchange operator, says bulk deals make big transactions more efficient and facilitate trading in little used markets. So what they're saying is they're able to trade, and you can. I'm not gonna read the whole article.
Okay.
I read the whole thing, and basically what they're talking about is they're able to package these huge bulk things,
Yeah.
trade them within the hedge funds, I think agricultural.
And it looks like it's happening in energy more than any place else.
Yeah. I guess it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, blockchain is new and more common to CME. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so but that allows hedge funds to buy a ton of these things.
But it doesn't go on the open market, so people don't even know this is happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
influencing the price.
Yeah. Because let's say like if you're a let's say you're a farmer, right?
Yeah.
And then your goal is to sell corn,
Right.
all the time, right?
Yep.
And so one of the ways that you hedge against the cost or hedge against up and down swings is just to sell it on the market.
Okay.
Right? And so then you'll sell it on the market, and then these hedge fund guys might buy it and then sell it and keep buying and selling it. And that demand just allows you to have income, like cash flow, essentially. And
Because you're buying it before it's ready, and they're buying it based on a future price.
Yeah.
So you're basically pre-selling it.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%. So you, as you, the farmer,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily care too much if it's going to go up and down,
Yeah, you've already sold it.
Yeah, you just want that recurring cash flow, right?
Okay.
And so you put it on the market. With this right now is it's allowing these big guys to essentially sell these huge blocks to other people. And so
So
what
maybe they take the farmers out?
Yeah, so then the farmers, there's less demands for farmers to sell them.
Yeah.
Because then all these big transactions are happening
so
with other people.
My question
but the
is,
farmers
where's
don't
the corn?
know. Where's the corn?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
Because then it just becomes numbers on a page,
Yeah.
and where's the real corn?
It's
Because the real corn's still coming from the farmers, but they don't get to choose the price anymore. Basically,
Yeah.
is that kind of what's happening?
That's what I'm
I think that's maybe that makes sense. Like before, they were able to sell it at the price that they were setting based on what the big investors were buying or what they were putting it on the commodities market for. Now trading's going on behind the scenes, and it's making them have to sell theirs probably for less if they're going to still sell theirs. That's how I'm interpreting it, but it seems like it also could be a good thing if the price is going up. So it all depends. But are you saying it's taking the farmers out? Is that what it's saying? It's
well,
taking
because
them out of the mix?
you as a farmer won't
Yeah.
see these transactions
Right.
going on. You know what I'm saying? Because
does
so
it put me in the
big.
dark about what
Like what the
my
actual
value
price is.
Yeah.
Right? So,
And for a farmer, 13 cents could be a ton of money.
Yeah. Because there's even a quote from one of the farmers saying like I'll put a price out there and then no one will buy it because that's
Oh,
what you
wow.
think it is,
Yeah.
right? But in reality, it's a lot more expensive than what other people are buying it at because these other
Yes.
guys are buying it at these huge blocks.
And just think about who buys corn. Tortilla chip companies, cereal companies, dog food companies. You know what I mean? So they're probably buying enormous amounts.
Yeah.
Like think about Purina or something. You know, like huge dog food company. Or like Kellogg's, you know, they're buying it for their cereal. Like, how much do they really need? They need a ton. They need tons and tons of corn, so they can go and buy tons. And that makes me think. When I think of a farmer, I think of a guy with a couple acres and a couple thousand corn plants. That's not enough to make Kellogg's or Purina have their order on a monthly basis or whatever. So it's got to be either huge farms that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Farmer John. It's Farmer CEO. You know what I mean? That's like running a huge company. I'm just trying to imagine what the picture of our country looks like of how many small farms versus how many huge corporate farms there are. And maybe it's the small farmers. Where do they even sell theirs? I thought small farmers would be selling theirs at the farmers market. I don't know. I didn't know that they were selling them to like Purina and Kellogg's. Because the farmers market, you just go there and sell $1 for 5 corn or whatever.
Well, anyone could sell it on the market though.
At the farmers market?
No, I'm saying on the exchange market.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I almost guarantee.
But how?
It's
you
still,
have to have the proof that you have the corn.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
100%.
Okay.
But it's still probably like at a wholesale price.
Yeah. So not anybody, but anybody that has access to wholesale corn.
Yeah. I guess.
And if you're a farmer, then you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have ways to dry it and get it ready and do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it is interesting, like how that's why it's like, usually the market's usually pretty good with like saying like, okay, that cup is worth $4 because enough people will buy that.
Yeah.
That car is worth that because there's enough cars.
Yeah, this house is worth this.
Exactly. Like it's pretty good with that. But then things like what we're talking about, like commodities, like how is
super volatile.
Same with like the stock market. Like is that really how much that company is worth?
Right.
Is that really how much corn is worth?
Yeah.
Is that really how much oil is worth?
Because I was at the grocery store on the way here. I went to go get something to eat before, and can of corn 69 cents. You know what I mean? So okay, well, what does that mean? Like okay, that's what they're selling it for at the retail. So cut that in half. That's your wholesale price. Cut that in half. That's your manufacturer from that you're paying the farmer.
Yeah.
So the farmer's probably getting 12 cents a can.
But also like speculation. Like
right.
maybe the demand's only for 50 cents.
Yeah, total.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I'd pay $1 plus for a can of corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Because Jordan likes corn. I'm not going to pay $3 for the nice corn. I won't pay $3 a can for corn. I'll be like, you want green beans? Yeah. All right. Awesome. That's what we're going to have. But if corn's $1, I'll pay. Dude, I'm just being honest. And that's probably what a bunch of people think in psychology-wise.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy, cheap, easily healthy.
Right.
I mean, people like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I think it's really interesting. Last one I kind of want to talk about. So Almond Joy.
We had this last week, but we didn't talk about it, right?
Yeah,
this was floating around.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago, maybe?
Well, because... So check this out. And I think we keep reiterating this, but speculation's really key in commodities.
Okay.
So listen to this. 80% of the world's almonds are currently produced in California.
Okay.
80% of the world's.
Whoa.
Even if they're 10% off. Let's say 30% off.
Yeah.
Which-
Half of...
That's
California.
still insane.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Yeah.
And
I
so
I
like,
eat almonds pretty much every day. That's a big part of my diet.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. And actually, I get a great deal. Bartell's, dude, has a really good deal on almonds. Like a big bag for like $6. Yeah.
They buy it from Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not California.
Yeah. And it's Blue Diamond Phillips.
Yeah.
Is the name of the almond company. Blue Diamond is the almonds I
Hey,
usually
we
eat.
get 10 cents for everyone that clicks the link below.
Yeah.
Blue, what is it?
Blue Diamond
Blue
Phillips.
Diamond Phillips. Click it
Because
down.
Blue Diamond Phillips is an actor. Blue Diamond is an almond company. But put them together, it's an almond actor.
Boom.
So yeah, but I don't see a personal price jump in my budget for almonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not paying more. Almond flour though is crazy. So I do keto food, right?
Yep.
I'll use coconut flour if I'm making pizza or pancakes. Sometimes I'll use almond flour, especially in pizza. I'll use some almond flour. Almond flour is at least twice as expensive as coconut flour.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
maybe a $3 bag of coconut flour, same size bag, $11 for
Wow.
almond flour.
It's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wow.
I found it as cheap as like $7 a bag, but it's a different brand. There's a nicer brand that I like for the coconut flour, and I won't buy almond flour in that because of the expense. But I have to think it's because the price of almonds is more than the price of coconuts
Yeah.
by weight.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. So one thing I just wanted to bring on this, there isn't like a crazy study in here. Maybe there is, but I didn't read the
Okay.
whole thing. But so 80% comes from one place. You know, similar to the thing where like China was a big consumer of recycling.
Yeah.
Ivory Coast was a huge producer of
Cacao.
cacao, and then now
Cacao.
almonds a huge producer of California. So
Yeah,
so
so-
when there's places like the drought, right?
Yes.
When times
Oh,
like the drought, that changed the whole world's market.
Yes, right, because 80%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just interesting.
So that means, from an investment standpoint, what the wheels are spinning in my head is if there's a drought in California, buy commodities of almonds because the price is going to go up.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't that make sense?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Because you think about like if there's a drought, and let's say it knocks down 20% of California, which is common.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean, think about that. That could be 15% demand or supply in the
Yeah.
whole world.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, even if it goes up by 20-30%, that's a good investment for one
100%, dude.
summer.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of just
I
interesting.
like it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of the research that I've done.
Yeah, I think tonight was really cool for me because it forced me to knowledge up,
Yeah.
to learn up,
Yeah.
to get ready for this. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to come here and be like, boo. I would have had to make up something. So at least, and I would have, but
Yeah.
at least I didn't have to.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool just to know.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
You know, like I'm probably not going to invest really in commodities
Yeah.
at least in
The only
near
one that I
future.
would consider is gold.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, that's always a safe investment. I think some people would argue that, and feel free to argue at asklifestyleinvesting@gmail.com or comment on the YouTube,
Please.
or find us on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, you might argue about that because gold kind of just stays around inflation. But for some reason, I think having gold, it doesn't make sense that it's valuable except for the fact that how long it takes people to get it. It takes, thousands of people,
That is
thousands
true.
of hours to dig it out of mountains. That's
Yeah.
why it's valuable. So it has value because of all the time and energy that's put into collecting it. So I think that it's going to stay valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And we're tricked to think that we need it on our jewelry and women need it in their wedding rings. And the market is telling us what to do on that. So
Yeah.
as long as that's happening, I think the value is going to stay of gold.
You need
I
gold.
trust gold more than I trust the U.S. dollar, but I don't have a lot of data to back that up. That's just my perception, which, all right,
That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair. I mean, it's got a lot of history. Gold has a lot of
Yeah.
history, But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that say pro gold
Yeah.
or against it, but I think overall it's all sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing is to think about commodities is storage. Just like with corn, it can go bad if it's not stored properly. With your gold, if it's not stored properly, it can just get stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
If you
true.
don't have it in a secure location.
It's true.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna sell or steal a pound of corn.
No.
But a pound
And
of
if they
gold.
do, then they probably need it more than I do.
Yeah, and they
But
should
yeah,
have
pound
it.
of gold. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Dude, that's been solid, man.
Dude, I know.
You got any last thoughts? I mean, that's kind of like everything that I got. I think that's,
My last
Yeah.
thought is I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Get involved. Email us or comment on the video. We want to hear from you. If you want to be on our show,
Yeah.
email us. We'll have you on the show.
100%.
We would love to talk to you about what you're doing in your life right now to make it better, to take that next step to to live the investment life.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
And the beauty too is like us doing this is just like our whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
Where we're just kind of like learning things. Like you and I, we don't know too much about commodities.
No.
Commodity investing, and so like we just
We
spent
know
like the
more
last
now
few
than we
days-
did yesterday.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, so we're in it just like you guys are.
Yeah.
So keep rocking away. Like Mike said, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
If you know more about commodity investing, please share, and you will be on. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Boom! Lifestyle investing. Mike, myself. Peace.